Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with miniature masterpieces. Great music that takes 2 minutes or less. Now, this is a series that we started. Well, I started it really at the beginning of this whole venture, and for a couple of years it's been dormant. But recently I've gotten some comments and things that have led me to do the list of music for people with short attention spans, and also to revive this, I think, because it's fun. It's fun to do, and I get to play samples, and you'll get to hear some really remarkable little tiny pieces that are wonderful as gateways into longer things or more little tiny pieces. It's entirely up to you. But I did 49 videos in this playlist, which I will post below for your delectation, so you can look at all of them. And maybe if you haven't seen it, because the vast majority of you who subscribe to this channel, thank you very much, had not subscribed at the time that I did those 49 videos. And so it really is fun, I think, to go back and revisit them. I'm amazed when I go back and look. I mean, there are more than 5,000 videos now, and I go back and it's like, oh, look, we made a playlist. We did a bunch of things. And, you know, we can always go back and pick something up that we had been doing previously. And I always take your suggestions for that. But today we have a very special 50th miniature masterpiece. It's a song, a rondel, by Guillaume de Machaut. Here it is. It's on this wonderful Naxos disc that contains his Notre Dame Mass, which is believed to be the earliest polyphonic setting of the complete Mass ordinary, the standard 5-section Mass, and songs from his poem Voir, the true tale, or the true poem, if you want to call it that. But he lived from roughly 1300 to 1377, and he's known as the last great poet-composer of the Middle Ages, or in that tradition, because actually the Middle Ages sort of had ended by the 1300s. But wow, what an amazing poet and composer. And Le Voir is a 900-line little ditty that he wrote, which in the tradition of courtly love and the troubadours and all those people, you know who they are, memorializes his love for a young admirer poetess. He was, at this point, it was like the 1360s, so he had to be in his 60s or 70s. No one's exactly sure. And she was, God knows what age she was. And apparently they exchanged a lot of correspondence, and he wrote this 900-line poem about their relationship, some of which is true and some of which is not. And within this 900-line poem, he writes songs, which he sets to music. So it's an amazing thing. It really is, Le Voir here. And this song is called, hang on a minute, it's 1 minute and 52 seconds long, which is just fabulously convenient. It is called Puis, qu'en, oubli, since you've forgotten me, is basically what the text is. Let me give you the text. I'm not going to try and speak in high medieval, whatever French it is. Since I am forgotten by you, sweet friend, I say farewell to joy and to a life of love. Ill-fated was the day I placed my love in you, since I am forgotten by you, sweet friend. But what I have promised you I will maintain, which is that I shall never have any other lover. Since I am forgotten by you, sweet friend, I say farewell to joy and to a life of love. Now, you can hear the form in the poem, yes? The repeat of certain lines, and a rondelet, as we called it in English, has, you know, rondo form, A-B-A-C-A in music. Well, that's what you got. It's a somewhat verse and refrain, but on a very, very small scale, because each line has its own little bit of text. And the music is quite subdued and sad, and it's contrapuntal. It's for several voices. Some of those voices could have been played by instruments back in the day, because Machaut actually speaks about that. saying, if you would like to play this on an organ or something, or some of these other songs, they would sound great that way, bagpipes, whatever. People didn't orchestrate in those days. They just did what they could with what they had. So here we have the Oxford Camerata under Jeremy Summerlee in Machaut's from Le Voir dire, since Puis, qu'en, oubli, whatever it's called, since you've forgotten me. Thank you. Puis, qu'en, oubli. There we go. Puis, qu'en, oubli. I mean, the words are sort of the same as in modern French. They just have different endings. That's all. So here it is. A haunting, beautiful, sad lament of a lover who has been discarded by his friend, but who nonetheless will remain faithful. That was that medieval thing, that they used to do. They were always faithful, no matter what happened to them. Anyway, there you have it, a miniature masterpiece, 1 minute and 52 seconds long. I think these are great. I really do. And I hope you can go back and explore this playlist, which, as I said, I've indicated below, to get a sense of some of the marvelous riches that just await within a mere 2 minutes of music. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.